Hi folks, Bob Dale for Total Sales Solutions in Jackson, Mississippi, where those of you who watch our videos and everything know that we sell motorhomes, we sell diesel trucks. You also know that we're liable to list anything, and today is a good example of that, the two cars we're going to list. This one, because we like everything, we collect just about anything you can find. If you see us with a car, it's because we liked it, and it's because it had some value to us. We're going to list a car like that today. We like a lot. It harkens back to the days when cars were cars in my mind. Everything was distinct. It had character. It had a ride and drive. It didn't ride like a pretzel mobile. We're going to list a 1998 Lincoln, folks. 1998 Lincoln. We just Carfaxed it. It had two owners. The second owner bought it when it was had 20,000 miles on it when it was 2 years old. They owned it from 2000 until last year when we got it. We've had it around. We ride and drive it. We like it. As a matter of fact, it just turned 100,000 miles while we was driving. It's got 100,220 something miles. It's sitting on a good set of matching Michelin tires. Interior is immaculate. Outside's beautiful. I mean, these old Mark VIII's were class cars of their days, folks. And those, I know everybody likes BMWs. I know everybody likes all that stuff. Couldn't hold a candle to these. Come on, we're going to show it to you. We're going to show you the trunk, the spares in it. It's not beat up. It's not picked up. The windshield's good and clean. Matter of fact, this is a real, we'll peel this off later on, but this is a real high-dollar subdivision, gated subdivision here in Jackson. It's got beautiful wheels on it, in good shape. Look at the leather. I just drove this over here, and you talk about a good fun ride and drive. Good fun ride and drive. These little old cars, well, they weren't little, but they're nimble, they handle good, they got lots of power, and they just ride so good. Lincoln, they knew how to build seats back then that were comfortable. Now I know that you may go, well, you're 102 years old. I don't care. I'm the kind of person, and I'm not the only one in the world. My son's the same way, and he's a baby, but I mean, I'd rather have a car like this than I had a 2015 Chevrolet, I can promise you, an Impala or something, or a Nissan Altima. They all look the same. These cars had character. Look at it. I'm going to open the trunk here. Power seats, windows, and everything works. You can look in the trunk back here. We pull that open to show you the spare. All original. Hadn't been beat around on. Mark VIII, 32 valve Intech V8. That was an engine. Look down the side. Tires are good, matching Michelins. Let me go unlock hit the door locks. I just walked around and unlocked the door, folks. Get the door locked, they work. Look in here. Is that pretty? I don't care if you like old cars or not. You've got to admire the craftsmanship and the workmanship. Look at this leather. 1998 model, and just as smooth and pretty. Sitting here in the door jambs.
Of course, this Southern car, first 2 years in Georgia, the rest in Mississippi. So.
No rust issues. Look at the headliner, son, how pretty it is.
Zero rust.
Back seat doesn't look like anyone's been in it. All the little lights are on. Cool car. This car will have a low reserve on it, folks. And it's still amazing to me that you can buy something like this for the price that you can. I'm still pretty amazed at that. We're going to sell this, and whoever gets this car is going to be real tickled with it. You're going to like it. I mean, how could you not like this car? Mark VIII Lincoln. My name's Bob Dale. My phone number is 601-218-1223. 601-218-1223. If you have a question about this car, call me anytime. I answer my phone all the time. Dan's going to do you a test drive, I'm sure, later on. But if you want to talk about the car, you can give me a call, or you can call him, either one. As I said, we're going to have a low reserve, and we're going to sell an old car that's 15 years from now, no telling what it'll be worth. Right now, it's just a good, solid car. I mean, the air is cold. You can ride and drive it, do whatever you want to do. Drive it on the weekends. You can use it for a daily driver if you wish. It's just a nice car. It's a 1998 Lincoln Mark VIII. 2 owners. You're welcome to Carfax it if you please. Double check behind us because we put the serial number in the sale. Leather, sitting on a good set of Michelins, the spares in it. Not a mark around on it, not beat and banged, not ragged out. Someone was proud of this car and someone took care of it, as they should have. These old cars are getting hard to find, folks. They're getting real hard to find, especially at the price range we sell ours in. So if you've been wanting an old collectible car like this, something you can ride and have fun in and be cool, go get a beer, go to church in, hey, you couldn't do better than this. A 1998 Lincoln Mark VIII. Thanks so much for watching our video, folks. We do appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi.
I just noticed something about this seat. If you flip it forward, it starts going forward automatically. You flip it back, it goes back. Pretty amazing. Hi folks, Dan Dale here. You've been listening to my dad talk about this car. Now I'm going to take you on a test drive. You can see, or maybe you can't, but it's true, no warning lights on or anything like that. You'll have to excuse my shaky camera work because I'm driving with one hand and filming with the other on some of the worst roads in the city of Jackson. That will be my road. Some of the worst. So that being said, the video may look shaky, but rest assured in person this car rides and drives great. And one thing you can take away from these janky roads I'm on is that there's no squeaks or rattles. See, it's got the little range computer, got all the compass and all the settings in there. Just turned 100,000 miles, 100,218 miles. I've had this car a year or two. I just bought it because it was cool. But I've looked around. I've got too many toys laying around. Stuff that's just sitting around. I bought because I liked it and not because I'm actually going to drive it or anything. So it's not doing any good sitting up. I figured I would let somebody get it who can use it, take care of it, and you know, keep it maintained, keep it up. The car has just a great ride and drive, and that's mainly due to the fact that it no longer has air suspension. It has springs and shocks. So you'll never have to worry about walking outside one morning and the car sagging down to the ground or anything like that. So that's a gigantic plus. The air ride is nice when it works, but it ain't a question of if it's going to screw up, it's just a question of when it's going to screw up. So we got rid of it, and it's, if you just took this car to a shop and said get rid of the air suspension, you could spend $1,000, even $2,000, depending on the shop, getting that done. But we've already done it, so that's money you don't have to worry about spending. I don't know if you can tell, but you let go of the wheel, it doesn't pull to the left or right, it doesn't pull or vibrate when you hit the brakes. All that's good. And if you feel like flying in and driving this car home, you certainly are welcome to. I wouldn't have any worries about doing so. It cranks right up. Got a fresh battery in it. No issues there. It's quiet. Radio works, air conditioner works. The only thing I know of on this car that doesn't work, it's got this power tilt and telescope, and when you, for the steering wheel, and when you hit the switch, I can hear something in there clicking, but nothing happens. So if I get time, I'm going to try and have my mechanic look at it and see if he can fix it. But I want you to bid based on the assumption that the wheel is just going to be where it is, which it's actually in a good position for driving. It's not too far up. It's not all the way down either. It's in a good spot, so don't worry about that. But just want to point it out. Hopefully it would be a quick fix, but if not, there's 2 or 3 big Mark VIII owners groups. These cars are real popular. They have a enthusiastic fan base of people that have all the knowledge of these entire cars. You can look up, get on the forums, and they'll tell you the specs, they'll tell you the wiring diagrams, anything you need to know. There's tons of people who are willing to help you out, because we had a couple things we tinkered with on it, and that's the first place I went, was the forums, and they answered all the questions. This car's got the 32 valve Intech V8. I want to say it's either 285 or 305 horse. Either way, got a ton of horsepower. The like I said, runs perfect. You can see we've been driving down the road for a while now, and no warning lights, no airbag, brake, engine lights, none of that's on. And I like to show that after we've been driving a while, because you know, it's easy to pop the light off for a second and take a picture, but if the problem's still there, then it's going to come right back on after you go to driving it. So that's why we like to show the car after it's been driven, so you can see that, you know, all that's good on it. The steering wheel not ripped or torn, seats aren't ripped or torn. The headliner has got a couple little stains that look like somebody may have shook up a Coke can and popped it open, but I'm not going to try and scrub them out, because last time I let my guy detail shop try and scrub a headliner, it did not end well. So I'm just going to leave that to you. It's not going to be a big deal to get out, but you just have to be gentle and take your time with it. And the detail shops around here are incapable of doing either one of those things. So that being said, you can see no cracks in the dash. Got the automatic headlights, got memory seats, rear defrost, got the all the memory settings and stuff like that. Everything works as far as all that goes. We'll get back on the highway. If you don't have time to fly in and drive it home, you'd rather have it shipped, we'll be glad to work with you on that. Don't be scared off by the initial quotes you get from these online pricing tools for shipping, because if you're not in a hurry, you can get a lot better deal on shipping, sometimes as much as half off the online quotes you get. And you can do that by getting on U-Ship. They give you 2 different options. One is for what am I trying to say? One is just to let people bid. One is to name your own price. And what you want to do, you want to name your own price, because by doing that, just pick the lowest price they give you. And what'll happen, somebody, it may take a couple days, it may take a couple weeks, but somebody will hit you with an offer you can live with, or they may just accept your offer. But either way, you'll find somebody with an empty spot on their trailer that's headed your way who will make a deal to get that empty spot filled up. So just something to keep in mind, because usually it is cheaper to ship one, even though we encourage everybody, hey, just come on down, fly in, drive home. We'll pick you up at the airport, do all the paperwork, do feedback, make it a real easy transaction. But most of the time, if it's any kind of distance, it's cheaper to ship. So we understand that. And most of our vehicles go up north because ours have no rust. This is a southern car, been in Mississippi. It's not rusted out, no rust bubbles, no issues with any of that. So if you're looking for a clean Mark VIII with no air suspension issues, then this is your car. It's the later model, the I guess fluorescent, the rear brake light up system on the tail panel, all that works. You know, not a show car, not immaculate or like new, but a really nice car. So if you have any questions about it, give us a call. If you want to make an offer, give us a call. Want to talk about Mark 8s, give me a call. I love them. My number is 601-376-9869, or you can call Dad, 601-218-1223. We appreciate you watching our video and hearing everything we have to say about this car. Look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thanks.